Hey, you made it. Hey, congratulations. Hey, welcome to this live broadcast. Someone invited you to say, hey, get on this webinar. There's some exciting things happening right now in a particular opportunity that you need to check out. And what I'm going to do today is share that information with you. Who am I? My name is Stephen Rachel. I live here in Las Vegas, Nevada, but I'm going to share a little bit more about me a little bit later on. But I just want to get straight to the point here. I've got a lot of information to share with you guys here tonight, and you're definitely going to get some extreme value from it. And you're definitely going to thank the person who invited you. So whoever invited you here, you're definitely going to thank them that you saw this information. So my job tonight is to be able to deliver some information. I've got another individual who I'm going to introduce a little bit later that's going to go in deeper about this information. Is going to be able to share even more about the company, the compensation, and all that. But before we get into all that, let's just cut straight to the chase and really talk about really what's been going on, not just even in the world today, because there's a lot going on in the world right now. Man, don't turn on the news. It's just a lot going on. But not only in the world, but also in business, specifically even in the network marketing space. There's a lot going on right now, but I've got a solution, and I'm calling this solution. I gave it a name. I just kind of coined this up. I just like, you know what? This is like MLM 2.0. What we got here, guys, is something that's creating a lot of excitement. It's helping a lot of people move forward, get out of their current financial situations, and really giving them some extreme value, which you're going to find out more about how all this works here in just a few moments. So we're going to be talking about MLM 2.0, presented to you by me. My name is Stephen Rachel, again, coming to you straight from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'll be able to share more about that here in just a little bit. But let's just cut straight to the chase here. Let's just jump right into it. Now, it's been a weird few years, okay? Weird few years, guys. There's been a lot going on, actually really the last maybe 4 or 5 years, especially when it comes to the network marketing industry, the MLM industry. Things have definitely changed. So let's be real. The industry isn't the same. It's not how it used to be. The last few years have been shaken up for sure. People are tired, skeptical, and honestly just trying to figure out really what's even real these days. So many people started a brand new business at the beginning of the year. You know how it is, the beginning of the year. We got 2026 getting ready to happen. People are going to do the exact same thing. So we have this optimism, right? This excitement, right? We were excited about joining something. Even this year, even myself, we've done some things this year. Maybe it didn't quite pan out, but I'm not alone. You're not alone. That's kind of because the industry is kind of weird now. So a lot of us have joined and started different opportunities in this space. We're chasing dreams, hope, freedom, and really just chasing the next big thing. We just always looking for what's the next big shiny penny that I can definitely plug into and to really maybe hit that, that winning ticket, if you will, that can get me to the level of income that I want. Well, we've all been doing that. The only thing is we just keep getting let down. It says it here, only to be let down by unmet expectations and broken promises. Maybe the product didn't work. Maybe the product that you had or whatever we're promoting, it didn't quite pan out the way that it did. I've been there before. Maybe the company changed the compensation plan, or maybe went out of business or got sold or whatever, got shut down, whatever, okay? Maybe the excitement faded after a month. We all know that. Things nowadays come a lot of times, and I'm not even kidding, something can come out and today could be super exciting. Everybody's talking about it. Have you even heard about this? And literally a week or two later, nobody's even talking about it anymore. So whatever the reason, that's why I said things are just different now. Things are totally different right now. You know it, I know it. We're all experiencing it. But I got a solution for us here. So really what people have been doing nowadays, they just been looking for something different. They've been looking elsewhere. A lot of us have been doing affiliate marketing, course creation, crypto. People are doing crypto. Really anything that has a promise of making some new money, sometimes fast money, right? But I think we're all just getting tired of that. We're just getting tired of starting over all the time, right? And so most of the time it's really just the same story. Anytime we start something or join something, it may be good for a while, then it just fizzles out or it's gone. There's no foundation in it at all. It's just a deal, an opportunity to make some money, but it's only going to be short-lived. If you blink, the opportunity's gone. And a lot of times it's just a lot of hype and letdown. Probably more of this than anything. That's been the trend. This is the trend. Just being let down. That's the trend that we're all experiencing in this industry now. And now most of us are juggling 3 or 4 side hustles because we don't trust one. We don't really, you know what I mean? So it's kind of, let me make sure I got a few irons in the fire just in case something happens. And a lot of times we're doing that because we may be trying to find that one thing that actually works. So if I got 3 or 4 things I'm doing, maybe one of these just might hit and can take me off to the sunset for years to come. But we already know that's probably not going to happen, right? Especially if we're having to do all that. It's just very hard to find. So let's be honest. A lot of us are just doing something hoping it clicks, hoping it works. But deep down, we miss when business felt real. Don't you miss that? When like you felt like you were really doing, like you had a real business, like you had something you can stand tall and talk about, right? Something you didn't feel weird about talking about. And I remember I loved it when that time where we just were all getting involved in something and we would just all win together. Man, wouldn't that be nice? Now, but what's happened over the past several years, a lot of us have said, hey, I'm done. Done with MLM, done with making money online, all that stuff. I don't want to deal with none of that stuff. Done chasing the next big thing that always fizzles out. I know the feeling. I get it. I was right there with you too. I mean, ready. I was just ready to hang it all up. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm retired. Until I finally found something that's definitely changing it all. Not just for me, but for countless other people. Let me talk about it. A place where thousands of people are actually winning. Over the past few months, actually almost a year now, when I got wind of this in detail. Well, I didn't get it in detail, but I got wind of it. But I recently got the full details of it all. And I've been seeing a lot of stories, real stories of people getting paid, ranking up, and creating freedom again. And then you know what? Because I was thinking all this MLM stuff was dead, but then it clicked to me. It just came to me. I'm like, because after seeing what I've been seeing from this particular opportunity, which is kind of like around that MLM 2.0 concept, which is really just a concept, by the way. Maybe it's not the industry. Maybe it was just the company. Maybe we've been using the wrong vehicle. Guys, let me share with you. Here's a few examples of some people. These are just a few people who decided to stop chasing hype and plug into something proven. Okay? These are just some short testimonies, but really quick. Explicit income alert. Get paid daily. This is an income disclaimer. Just like with anything, the earnings mentioned or implied in this presentation are not guaranteed. Actual results depend on individual effort, leadership, and team production. Okay. And we're all adults here. We all know that. People are definitely winning in a lot of different things, but it all depends on what you do. You definitely gotta do your part as well. This isn't a lottery ticket. You still gotta do the business. Okay. But people that are doing the business are getting various results. But let me kind of give you an example of some of the results some people have been getting that made a decision to do the business and really do it. Not just say they were doing it, but they're actually doing it. You got Keon here, $50,000. He's earned $50,000 part-time in the last 12 months in this opportunity that you're going to learn about here in just a few moments. Troy H. has earned over $250,000 using this new MLM 2.0 concept. And he's done it in the last 8 months. Okay. And we got Nadia has earned over $100,000, 20-year-old college student, over $100,000 in the last 12 months. In the last year, has made over $100,000. She's a 20-year-old college student. Okay. Here's another friend of mine, Bonnie, has earned over $300,000 in the last 12 months. In the last 12 months, as we're on this live broadcast. It's another friend of mine that I know. Well, I got one coming up. This individual I know of, but I'm gonna share with you here in a moment. You got Joseph here, has earned over $100,000 in the last 90 days, in the last 3 months. And then I got a friend of mine here that I was just speaking about a few moments ago, has earned over $100,000 in the last 2 months. Okay, with this new MLM 2.0 concept, something different, something proven, something real, something that is changing lives as we are all watching this live broadcast, this live webinar right now. So everybody's on this webinar right now. People are winning right now with this. And that's what makes it so exciting. So what makes it so different? Why are we calling MLM 2.0? I'll tell you. Because this company has done what most companies haven't. Okay? They've evolved. They've seen what's going on and they've evolved. And they say, hey, this is what's going on in the marketplace. This is how things are happening in regards to marketing. This is what's happening right now in regards of compensation. Hey, we're going to evolve and we're going to adjust to how things are now. And you know what? Because of those adjustments that they've put in place, people are winning. Finally, long-term winning as well. Okay. Here's what makes this the ultimate network marketing company, the ultimate one. Well, one, digital product that everyone actually needs. So it's not a physical product. Nothing wrong with physical products, right? I've done physical product opportunities. I'm sure you have as well. But the main thing is I like digital products mainly because people can buy and get immediate access to whatever they just purchased. So it's perfect. So check digital products. So for me, this makes it the ultimate opportunity. It's a digital product. Has a library done for you content you can share online. A library, a vault, a treasure trove of content that you can share on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, all these different platforms that we all, want to use. And I've never in my career ever seen a company lean so deep into creating so much content for the field to use. I've been a part of different companies. They, provide this, they'll provide that. And, they all do their part, but I've never seen one go this far with it. Never, ever in my career. And I've done a lot of different opportunities, been in this industry for over 20 years. I've never seen a company provide this much content, real quality, high-end content for their field to use to be able to share this company's product and the opportunity. I've never seen anything like this before. I'm not kidding. You'll see what I mean, especially once you get inside this, this infrastructure, if you will. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, moving on really quick here, a simple, lucrative compensation plan that pays daily. I think that's huge. It's 2025. Why are we still just getting paid once a week in opportunities? I'm like, why? When you can pay with technology, you can pay people every day. Okay. You can literally get paid the very next day in this opportunity, meaning you can, share this opportunity, share this product. And when you share the product, they'll literally pay you the very next day. So this company pays Monday through Friday, every day, Monday through Friday. So there's, we don't get paid on the 1st or the 15th or every Friday. We get paid every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. Pretty cool. That's another check. Get money in people's hands as soon as possible. It's affordable for everybody. You can get started well under $200 for sure. It's not $200. So just letting you know, it's not $200. It's actually way under $200. So anybody can start. The leadership is, wow. The leadership is amazing. Okay. Leadership is truly amazing. And it's a 50-year-old track record, has a 50-year track record of providing or proving that this actually works. So what we do here, it works. They've been doing it for like 50 years. Okay. So this isn't something that just started like a couple months ago, even a couple years ago. No, it's for decades. They've been doing what they've been doing, but they have evolved to really meet the need of what's going on right now. And you know what? They have hit a home run with it. Okay. A home run. So this is perfect for beginners. So if you're like, well, Steve, I don't have, in networking, you got to have, you got to have an audience. Nope. No, you don't. We'll show you how to do it without an audience, because we're going to show you how to build one. We're going to show you how to leverage. So this is perfect for beginners. Okay. That's you. So if you're watching, like, I've never really done anything in this industry before, this is perfect for you. This is perfect because they already got it laid out every step of the way. Didn't I mention this was like the ultimate network marketing company when it comes to training and support and leadership and all that? They got all that covered. This is perfect for leaders. So maybe you already have a community and you're very cautious. Well, I don't want to just tell my people about anything. It needs to be something that's going to be beneficial for them. It needs to be beneficial for them to actually make a significant amount of income to where the work that they put in, where it's worth it, where it's worth the time. Hey, it's perfect. Check. This is it. This is that one. Matter of fact, this is the one that you've always have been looking for. People are coming out of retirement right now to actually be a part of this. We've come out of retirement because over the summer, just a few short months ago, we were like, hey, I'm done. But after really looking at this and seeing, I kept seeing so many average people winning, making really good money. I mean, really good money. You saw some of those examples. Some of those people you may know, most of them you probably don't even know them. Like, who are those people? Exactly. Regular people like you and I just saw an opportunity, went to work, and boom. Okay. That means anybody can do this. So as a leader myself, I got to pay attention to that because we have people that are always looking for ways of how they can make more money. And they come to us, hey, what do you got? What's going, what you working on? But we ain't have anything. And now we got something that's really helping a lot of people. So it's perfect for beginners, perfect for leaders. And so if you've ever felt overlooked, under-supported, or burnt out, this is the reset button you've been looking for. Whether you're a beginner or whether you're someone that you already got some experience and you have a community that you want to provide value to. This is that one that you've been looking for. So who are we? We are the Rachels. I'm Steve and Rachel. My wife, Lanacia Rachel, for those that have worked with us, kind of know what we do. We've been in the space for a long time. We've helped thousands of people learn how to create success online through systems and marketing and all that stuff. I'm like a trainer, coach as well. But when we took a serious look, keyword, when we took a serious look, I looked at it earlier this year, but when we took a serious look, we knew this was the one. Okay. We knew this was the perfect storm of an opportunity. Once we took a serious look. Because some of you are going to find out what this is, because we're about to change speeds here in a second. And I'm about to introduce you to someone that's going to break down what this company is, the product and everything. Some of you are going to be like, well, I already know what it is. No, you don't. You may know of the company, but you don't know some of the things that they've done. Okay. And I've kind of shared a little bit of that here in my portion of this presentation. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to transition because I know some of you are saying, so what is it? Tell me, what is this all about, Steve? I mean, what is it, bro? I had to really set the stage first so you can understand what's going on first. Okay, I showed you some examples of people already winning with this opportunity. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce you to this MLM 2.0 concept. And the person that's going to be able to deliver this information is a person who I've looked up to for over 20 some odd years. When I first got into the industry, he was an individual that was already crushing it. And I was like, wow, he would get on stage and speak. And I was like, wow, man, that dude is something else. That dude is a beast. And I always dreamed of maybe working with him one of these days. And guess what? I'm actually working with him right now, okay, on this project. I want to introduce you guys really quick here to a friend of mine, a mentor of mine. He's made, I don't know, well over 20 something million dollars in this company. He's been a part of this company for a long time. He's going to share, I don't want to steal his thunder. He's going to share that information. He's helped a lot of people become millionaires. He's helped a lot of people become six-figure earners. I want to introduce you guys to my friend, my mentor, my senior business partner. He's my business partner. I want to introduce you guys to the gentleman that's going to break everything down about this opportunity for you. I want to bring up my friend and mentor again, Mr. Darnell Self.
So welcome, everybody. I am honored to be here today. I'm going to be quick. I want to share with you all some information that was shared with my wife and I a few years ago when we first took a look at this exact same information. It feels like a few years because I'm still equally excited as I was 27 years ago. So it's been a little bit longer than just a few years. I'm going to share some slides with you all today. I'll educate you on what we do, how we do it. And if you choose to, you can participate with us. I think my job is easy because I get a chance just to educate you, and then you get to make your own wise and well-informed decision on whether this is for you or not. And I love that because who wants to be convinced to do something they don't want to do? Like nobody. I don't even think you can succeed long-term unless you make a decision to pursue something that you can be passionate about. And so that's my job today, is just to share the information with you. And then your job is just to make the decision and get back with the person who invited you to check this out. My first mentor said, never convince people to do anything they don't want to do, because then they'll do it because you're convincing them to do it, not because they made their own decision to do it, and they won't succeed anyway. So I'll just share this information with you and then allow you to get back with the person who invited you to check this out. So I'm excited for you all. I really am. Let me share my slides real quickly for you all, and just follow along. Unless you're driving, please stay safe and don't watch the slides. But I think that it simplifies it if you can see the visuals here. And so I had a day one just like you. I saw this presentation just like you, except I wasn't at the best place in my life financially. I was driving my father's pickup truck, and I just didn't know where my next dollar was coming from. And I take full responsibility. I made some bad financial decisions in my 20s. But just to share with you a little bit about my background and my wife, we're both born and raised in the DMV. We call it the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area. We're about 10 minutes outside of DC, about 15 minutes outside of Virginia. So affectionately, we call it the DMV. She went to an HBCU there. Morgan State. I went to Bowie State, both in Maryland, and we met working at this mall together. Well, she ended up working at BET, Black Entertainment Television, which was her major, broadcast journalism. I stayed at the mall because the mall paid me more than what my degree would offer me. The mall asked me to become a manager of this men's and women's clothing store. And so I worked 60 to 80 hours a week, guys. If you ever manage retail, you already know my hours. I open up the store when it opened. I close it when it closed it. We call it a stretch in retail. And that's what I did for a long time, for 9 years, in fact. And I was just tired of missing out, right? On the weekends, if you work retail, the weekends are the most important time. So you miss out on everything that happens on a Saturday or a Sunday. And when you're in your 20s, that's no fun. My kids' sporting events, birthday parties, family reunions, church. If it happened on a Saturday or Sunday, you can just count me out. So at 25 years old, I quit my job. I'm not encouraging anyone to do that. I started my entrepreneurial ventures. Didn't make any money. In fact, if you're an entrepreneur, your income doesn't always trend up. In fact, it went downward. And so by the time I was almost 29 years old, I found myself at a place where I was like, look, something's got to change. I can't go into another year like this. And someone introduced me to Legal Shield, a company I'll share with you all today. A year and a half later, allowed my wife to walk away from her job at BET on maternity leave with our youngest son, Makai. He's 25 years old. That's how I keep track of how long she's been on eternity leave, because she never went back. after having our son Makai. And I'm truly blessed to have her as a stay-at-home mom. She's done an amazing job. And now we have two grandkids and we're empty nesters. But more importantly than us, my wife and I have been blessed to help over 100 people to earn six figures on our team. And this is just a few of them. And I think it's important to share with folks your fruit. In fact, I don't believe you have to spend a long time explaining what type of tree you are when people can see your fruit. And on our team, we actually give folks this ring. So anywhere from $50,000 a year to $3 million in a 1 year time frame. It has to be within a 12-month time frame. You get one of these rings. And so we're just so blessed to have folks who don't have a GED, folks who have a PhD, who've all earned this ring. Folks from the islands of Hawaii and folks from British Columbia, Canada. Folks that don't have a GED and folks who have a PhD. Folks who didn't know where their next dollar was coming from, like me, and folks who already started as millionaires but understood the power of multiple streams of income. How did that happen? Well, it happened because we found a vehicle. Like the vehicle that I used working at the mall to earn my $40,000 a year salary, that was pretty much the max. It was a glass ceiling. So I wasn't mad at the mall for paying me $40,000 a year. I was mad at myself for accepting $40,000 a year when I knew I was worth more. And that's where the discontent, that's where the frustration started to happen. So my mentor said, you got to find a vehicle. Find a vehicle that can pay you what you feel your worth is. So when Legal Shield came along, one, I believed in what they were doing. Legal Shield, when I saw it, was 27 years old. Now, as you can see, established in 1972, it's 53 years old. Why is this important for all the folks who are seeing this for the first time? Because people are tired of hype. They're tired of get rich quicks. They're tired of companies that are here today, gone tomorrow after they've invested so much time in them. And so if you're going to introduce people who you care about to something, you want to make sure it's legit. So the company's been around for over 50 years. We have 4.4 million customers that have downloaded this app and used the service I'll talk about today. And our vision is to provide equal access to the liberty, equality, opportunity that we all deserve. So what we've done is we've disrupted the legal space, the justice system, just like Amazon did to the retail industry, just like Netflix did to the video rental industry, just like Uber did to the transportation industry. You guys get my point. We've done it to the justice system because the average person, listen to me, cannot afford $300 an hour for a lawyer. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. The justice system wasn't even designed for the average person. It was a country club we've never had a membership to. Until today, the great equalizer, Legal Shield, leveling the legal playing field for the first time in America. For $1 a day, you now have access to a lawyer. This is huge, guys. And we're not talking about bad people doing worse things. When I first heard of this, I thought it used to be called prepaid legal. And I thought, well, why would I prepay for a lawyer? I don't want to even get in trouble. And that was my own naivety for thinking that way. But I quickly realized as the gentleman continued on with his presentation that bad things happen to good people too. Good people are treated unfairly, taken advantage of, overcharged for repairs. And I'm like, man, how good must this feel? I'm the only child, but I can imagine how good it must feel to have a bigger brother. So when people bully you, you can say, you know what, my big brother, you can talk to him, right? That's how I feel about this legal service. So to be able to pick up the phone, talk to my lawyer, and not have to worry about a bill showing up after that consultation is huge. Now, you may know lawyers, like I know lawyers, but every lawyer doesn't know every area of law, like every doctor doesn't know every area of medicine. This is why doctors have doctors. So this is why plus my daughter, by the way, when she had a moving traffic violation in Atlanta, when she was going to a college called Spelman, she got a moving traffic violation. Well, my buddy Dwayne, who's a lawyer in Virginia, he's not licensed to practice law in Georgia. But my daughter was able to get the lawyer in Maryland, because that's where our primary residence is, was able to call a lawyer who then referred her to a lawyer in Atlanta. The lawyer in Atlanta said, hey, tell me about the situation. She says, well, I had my phone in my hand because I was looking for the exit. I have my nav system, and I'm not from Georgia. So I explained to the officer that the only reason I had my phone in my hand is because I didn't know where I was going. He said, doesn't matter. In the state of Georgia, you actually can't have your device in your hand. It's a hands-free state. And so he said, is this your, the lawyer says, was that your first time, your first offense? And so she said, yes. She says, do you have the device that holds your phone, like on your dash or something? And my daughter says, no, ma'am. And she said, just order one, like $9, right? Just send me the screenshot. Because when I can show the judge that one is your first offense, number two, you now have the device that holds your phone, it's actually thrown out of court. It's just powerful. What, guys? I would have never known that. Listen, guys, I would have flown Milan back down because he was back in DC to Georgia to go with her. How much would that have cost me to try to fight the ticket just so that my auto insurance wouldn't go up? But didn't have to do that. For $79, the lawyer went to go to court for Milan without her even being there. Is that powerful? Now, Milan could have taken the advice herself and just gone to represent her, but it would have cost me more than $79 to get her back to Atlanta. I just want to help you guys understand this, that every day, things happen. Life, right? As they say. So you want to have an opportunity to pick up the phone and say, look, can you write a letter, make a phone call for me? Because a lawyer writing a letter means a lot more than you and I writing a letter. Rather than us saying, who's your supervisor? Who else can I speak to? They'll review contracts and documents for you. That saved me $10,500 on an HOA, homeowners association situation, all because I had Legal Shield and they understood the fine print. They'll do residential tenant lease advice, review of documents, negotiations with the landlord, help you out with your last will and testament, your living will, healthcare power of attorney. Do you know how many people pass without a last will and testament? I mean, I've seen siblings no longer speak because there wasn't a will in place. When my uncle was connected to life support, my mom and her sisters didn't have to argue back and forth on whether they should disconnect my uncle, their brother, from life support because it was in his living will what he would want to have happen, how he want to live or not live. All I'm saying, guys, is we do all of this for you, all for the $37.95 a month. And just so that you all know, when you go to the person's website, who's had you check this out, you'll see three different plans. A $29.95, that's a basic plan. They'll do that last will and testament for you, but they won't update it each year at no additional cost. It covers one moving traffic violation for you and your spouse. Here, it's two per covered member. So that's even your kids up to the age of 26. So the preferred legal plan is our most popular plan. We'll even update that will for you each year at no additional cost. So now we have grandkids, so we've added them to the will. There's a premium plan. That's the third plan. That's the highest plan, $49.95. It covers a revocable trust for a one-time $250. If you ever had a trust prepared to protect your assets, I already know how much you paid, thousands of dollars. So I'm not going to go over all the services today, but I wanted you all to know that just for the consultation alone, just to be able to say, can they do that? Is this right? This doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? Is that washing machine under warranty? I don't even have the papers, but what are my consumer rights? And you'll find that you're going to start to use this more often than you think. Once you start to use it one time, you'll think of other reasons to use it. Let me just hit this one more piece here, this 24-hour access 7 days a week in emergency situations, because things happen outside of office hours. You're being questioned, detained, arrested. I step out the vehicle. I tell my kids all the time, listen, your job is not to argue back and forth with law enforcement. It's to simply say the script. If I'm being questioned, detained, or arrested, please allow me to exercise my Miranda and talk to my lawyer, please. They don't have a right to call their pastor. They don't have a right to call their mom or dad, but they do have a right to their lawyer. And you all know this. But what good is it being proud of a right that you have no access to at 2 a.m. or weekends when law offices are closed? That's what we do, guys. By the way, anything that falls outside of the 100% coverage, you get a discount on. And discounts are better than full price any day. So you'll never, after taking advantage of the services today, you'll never have to pay full price for a lawyer again. At minimum, you'll get a discount. On criminal matters and pre-existing matters, you fall right under the discount, guys. So again, it just makes sense. Listen, the number one question I get, and I don't know if I said this, but I've been doing this for 27 years, from 28 years old to now 55. The number one question I get is, how the world can you do it? Like, what kind of lawyer is this for $1 a day? I've heard all the jokes. Have they passed the bar? Are they behind bars? Do they spend time at the bar? I've heard the jokes. But it's not your dollar, my dollar, but over 1 million people paying $1 a day that allows us to afford these top law firms. Our average lawyer has 22 years of experience. So how's this possible? We pay these firms 6 figures and 7 figures a month. Why? How? Because it's a lot of us through shared economy. Now, that's just the preferred legal plan I went over today. But if you're licensed to carry like I am, there's a gun owner's plan. Perhaps a commercial driver, a commercial driver. There's overweight vehicles, over height vehicles, over length vehicles, the stuff they deal with. We have a lawyer to assist them in those situations. Perhaps you own a business. Maybe you are in the B2B space, business to business space. You want to offer this as an employee benefit because you're a licensed agent or a human resource director. You're thinking, man, I could offer this to all the teachers in my school district. Absolutely, you can. I have colleagues that earn 6 figures a year, some on a part-time basis, only by going into companies offering this as an employee benefit. They're not interested in the network side or building up a team, and it's completely up to you. We're a hybrid company, so you could do it that way as well. So let's just real briefly, 30 seconds, touch on the small business plans, because when my neighbor's tree fell on my house, a rental property I had in Maryland, I thought I'd just call my homeowner's insurance so they could take care of the roof. Well, my Homeowners insurance said, nope, call your neighbor's homeowners insurance because you said the tree fell from their yard. So I called my neighbor's homeowners insurance and they said, no, it's our tree, but it's not our roof. We're not fixing your roof. So then I called Legal Shield because I have the small business plan. My rental property is under an LLC. So I simply called Legal Shield. They said, in the state of Maryland, the law is where the tree is rooted, that insurance company is responsible for your roof. Call them and tell them this. They gave me the language to say. I called my neighbor's homeowners insurance back, told them what my lawyer said. They said, we're going to send out an adjuster right away. I'm thinking, you just told me you weren't responsible. But that's the power, guys, having access to a lawyer. So whether you need to get your copyright done or a trademark done, or perhaps you have debt collection letters you need written to those vendors who owe you money. Maybe you do business out of state, so you need the Plus or the Pro plan. If it's in state, maybe the Essentials plan. So you'll see all this on the website from the person who invited you to check this out, and just select the plan that's best for you. If you're a business owner like I am, I already know you're thinking, no way. You know how much money this is going to save you as a small business owner? Yeah, a lot. Okay. So we do that as well. ID Shield, the fastest growing crime in the world, called identity theft. The sad part about identity theft is that you can live with it and not know it. For an example, you could be 9 years old and be a victim of identity theft and not know it till you're 29 years old. So we're going to give you access to your credit score, which you may or may not want to see, but we're going to show you anyway. It's nice to know where you start. And then we're going to monitor everything that matters. 3 credit repositories, because it shows up on TransUnion may not be on Experian. So we monitor all 3. And if you're in Canada, slight differences. So when I say social security number, I know it's social insurance number there. If it's IRS protection, I know it's CRA protection. So slight differences. But the person's site, if you're in Canada, you're automatically going to see when you put in Canada, the differences there, okay? So we monitor everything that matters. Social security number, passport, even the dark web. You receive these alerts on your app. Sign up for the push notification. You'll see that, wow, my information is being traded like that. You have no idea. We even get a VPN that pops up on my phone all the time. So when I'm in a public place, like a coffee shop or the airport, because we travel all the time, you got a public hotspot there. Well, guess what? We give you a secure Wi-Fi connection so thieves can't digitally eavesdrop on sites you're going to. So we do it all. Sex offender search. We restore your identity back to pre-theft status by assigning you to a licensed investigator. And we do it all for $19.95 a month. Listen, I know people that pay $40 a month just for a VPN. Now that's for 3 devices. In my family, we have more than 3 devices. So the $34.95 made more sense to us because that's 15 devices for my family. So that's what we do, guys, under the identity theft plan. Now let's talk about how we save you money and make you money. Save you money with our member perks. So when you download the legal app where you gain access to your lawyers, you're going to see there as a resource on the same app, member perks. Now, I list like 25 here, but we have 400 vendors that give you a discount. So whether it's Canon, or if you're looking to buy a camera, or maybe AMC theaters if you're going to the movies on a date, or Gold's Gym if you're working out. I bought my daughter her truck. She wanted, her dream truck was a Jeep Wrangler. We had to lift it in the wheels and all this great stuff, right, for her birthday. I'm not saying that to brag about. What I'm going to brag about is that we saved $2,300. I like to save my money. I'm not a cheap guy, but I like to save money if possible. $2,300, guys, just because I have member perks with the auto buying program. You can tell I'm excited about that, probably more excited than I should be. But hey, it's my $2,300. If you saved it, you'd be excited too. So 400 vendors, guys, check it out. So let's talk about how we make money. Look, I adjust my seat for this one. So we make money. Man, if y'all only knew, when I got started, I didn't even think about millions. I just thought, I'm just going to tell y'all this real quick. When I got started, I thought, if I can just pay all my bills at one time, don't judge me, by the way, for those who make a lot of money. I was thinking, man, if I can just, because I was always paying a little bit on this, and I'll pay this one, my next check, I can pay this bill. And I was thinking, if I can sit down at one time and write all my bills out and pay for them all, that would be a blessing. And we did that after a month and a half in Legal Shield. And I'm telling you, it felt like $1 million to me. And for those on this Zoom that can relate to not having for a while, when you have just a little bit extra, it feels so good when finances have been a challenge for a while. And this is why I still do what I do, because I remember where I came from. And someone did this for me, and I will not tire of giving back. And so one thing I didn't know was I didn't know I can get paid for the time I didn't have. My first mentor said, Darnell, how much money are you making with the time you don't have? He said, wealth is a measurement of time, not money. And I was thinking, I don't even know how to answer that question, because all I was taught was linear income, trading my time for money. Well, today, my friends, I'm going to teach you leveraged income, how to make money with the time you don't have, with the skills you have not gained yet, with the people you don't know yet. This is powerful because typically the excuses are, I don't know a lot of people. I'm shy. I don't have the skills yet. I'm not good at sales. I'm gonna dispel all those myths for you because the wealthy don't know everything. The wealthy have resources and they access people who know what they don't know. Man, when I figured this thing out, it changed my whole life. I'm gonna share it with you today. That's why your circle matters. Then residual income. Residual income, that's the best income for me. That means there's more money hitting my account before my feet are blessed to touch the ground in the mornings. More money that's hit my account than what I can even work for that day. Why? It's already happened. I already did the work in my 20s and my 30s. It's still paying me in my 50s. That's going to be a blessing. That's called residual income. So let me break it all down for you. And what I want to show you, this is a picture of my wife and I in this. It's a luxury tent, they call it, in the Agave Desert. It's a stone desert in Morocco in North Africa. And the only reason I show you this slide is because we made more money while we were gone in Marbella, Spain, and Morocco, Africa, than when I was home in the States. How's that possible? I'm going to show it to you today. Subscription-based income. So the Olympics, Ireland, which we go to next week, Iceland, the Blue Lagoon. Guys, all I'm saying with you today is that it's antiquated thinking to think that location and income have to be aligned. Today with TikTok shop and Amazon shops and all the things you can do from anywhere, man, don't think old school, guys. Let me share it with you today. So here's how we get paid. Anywhere from $80 to $416 every single time we let someone know the plans I went over exist. So that was a $37.95 plan I went over today, legal plan, and $34.95 identity theft plan I went over today. Now, again, people can get more. They can get a small business plan. Over here, you get paid even more money. Okay, but we're going to keep it simple. So let's just say they got both of those plans. And by the way, if they just get the legal plan, you get paid less. You get paid about half. But this is based on a $72 plan. So $37.95 legal plan, $34.95 identity theft plan. As an associate, we all start as an associate. The company sends you $80. Bam, just like that. We get paid every day. So after it's processed. So it's late in the evening right now if you're watching this live right now. So it may not be tomorrow, which is Thursday if you're watching this live. So it'll be Friday, which is powerful. Okay. So your first 5 customers, you made 80 times 5. You can do the math. That's $400 already. You get your first promotion. Now you're at $100. Go to your training class. We give you an extra $200 in bonuses because you did in your first 20 days. Why? We're a data-driven company. We know when you go to training, you have more success than those who don't. Okay. Now, if you're watching this in September, that's an extra perk for you. Get to your training class before the end of September, and that's $400. Okay. But check this out. $200, because that's basically what it is. That's great extra income. Now, if you want to build a team, go out and get your first 3 customers. If you're taking notes, one of your customers becomes an associate. They're like, how much money you make off of this? I made $80. Can I do it too? Sure, you can. If you want, part-time, spare time, anytime. So 3 customers, one becomes an associate. Now you get a raise to senior associate. By the way, you dictate that raise. At my job, I always had to wait for them to give me a raise. You get the $200 bonus. And then you keep going. Introduce 2 more people to the business. That's 3 business partners. And together, the 3 of you get 5 to 8 customers. We call it 300 in premium. Do that in your first 45 days. That's another $500 in bonuses, guys. You guys see it? And we teach people how to do it in their first 4 to 5 days. Plus, you're a manager, you're making 132. You're doing the same work. It's the same video you send someone. It's the same Zoom link you send someone. You didn't even do the presentation. I'm doing a presentation right now, losing my voice. You just sitting back chilling. Some of you not even paying attention. You just invited your guests on to watch. I'm doing the work. You get paid. Isn't this awesome? That's how I worked my first year. I did over $90,000. I see you taking notes, Mo. Look, some folks, though, check this out. My first year, I did over $90,000. I know it's not impressive to some of you, but for me, it felt like $1 million. And I wasn't even presenting. I was just doing the ushering. Right? I was letting people know you got to at least check this out. You don't have to buy, you don't have to join, but check it out before you say no. So you're making 132, you're not even doing the speaking. 10 customers, that's $1,300 that day, that week, that month. It's up to you. You're doing the work. Now watch this. For the leverage income, you're at 132, Darnell's at 80. Every time I make 80, you're the difference. Let's say Mo is at 132, Darnell's at 80. Every time I make 80, she's making $52. That's the difference between my level and her level. It's called a differential compensation plan. So she's not mad at me because I made 80. She's like, go Darnell, go. Because she made $52 with the work she didn't do, with the customer she didn't know, with the skills she hadn't gained yet. God, when you get this, I'm telling you, your life will change. I introduced Mike Humes. Mike Humes delivered mail for a living in Georgetown. He was like, man, is this real? I'm like, come on, let's do it together. He made $100,000 his first year of legal school, quit his job as a mailman because he never made 6 figures running from dogs. That year, the company sent me $30,000, the difference between he and I. He wasn't mad, and I wasn't mad. You all see how this works? So I couldn't believe I made 30,000 for work I didn't do. So my wife and I said, let's help 9 more people to make 6 figures. So when 10 people on our team started making 6 figures, the company sent us 300,000. 20 people on our team started making 6 figures, the company sent us 600,000. No joke. My wife and I were able and blessed to help 40 people to earn 6 figures on our team before we turned 40 years old. That's how we started earning a 7 figure income. Not because we stepped on other people and kept them below us, but because we lifted other people up and brought them with us. Guys, let me tell you something for real, like facts. It is nothing like earning income with other people instead of off of other people. You have no reason here to keep people down, only a reason to lift other people up, even if they move beyond you. I'm telling you, this compensation plan is beautiful. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. You get paid when you help other people win. There's no scarcity here, only abundance. Okay. Just trying to help you out because at my job, my boss always made more than me. His boss made more than both of us. It was a corporate pyramid. Legal Seal said, flip that pyramid upside down. Pay the person that's doing the work the most. The person that's not doing the work won't mind getting a small piece of something they didn't even do. And that's all upfront income, guys. And it goes cumulatively. So if you're 416, if Mo is 416, Darnell's at 80, she's making 20 plus 32 plus 46 plus 68 plus 85 plus 85 when I did the work. The residual income on the 13th month, they send Mo another 10% of whatever they paid her up front. So if she made 80, they're going to send her another $8. If she made 416, they're going to send her another $41. That's 10%. Second year, 20%. Third year and beyond, 10% for the life of the customer. That's the majority of my income now. The customers I signed up in my 20s, my 30s, and my 40s are still paying me in my 50s. Guys, that's generational wealth. You can will it to your kids. All right, guys, that's it. It's as simple as that, guys. And listen, there's a lot of perks, a lot of bonuses we didn't go over, a lot of incentives. We take all expense paid trips, the airfare, hotel, food. You got to come hang out with us, guys. It's not just the trips, but it is the associations you gain. So if you're ready to get started, it's a one-time $99. That's it. To start your own business. One time, that's it. $99, guys. People spend that on designer coffee for the week. $99. You start your own business. You're going to write it off. You make upfront income, long-term income, passive income, residual income, willable, a book of business, creating generational wealth, leaving inheritance for your children's children. The only ongoing expense is $24.95. It's free the first month. We want you to get in profit mode. Then you got $24.95 as your expense column. If you're a business owner, I know it's a joke to have $25 as your expense column, as your overhead, but that's it. I make a 7 figure income and my expense column is so small. My traditional business owner friends are like, you gotta be kidding me. No, I'm not. So you have your access to your back office, your marketing site, customer relationship management, email campaigns, everything you need. So let's just do this. Let me end because all you have to do is use the services so you can believe in it and then get started so you can get paid so you know that is real for you. Look, a couple of testimonies for you. Let me go out to my partner. He's out of the country, so hopefully I can get him on here. And his Wi-Fi works well here. But let's go out to Mr. Daryl Drake as our first testimony this evening. Mr. Drake, are you there with us, sir?
I am here. Can you hear me clearly?
I sure can, sir.
Can you see me?
I sure can, sir.
Well, listen, I am super, super excited, man. I'm out here. I'm on a vacation. I shouldn't be on a vacation. One of my favorite cousins getting married, and I said I can't miss the wedding. Right in the middle of a launch, but here I am. It's so funny. We've been in this business less than 30 days, and I feel like I've been taking a vacation this entire launch, and it's just making my head hurt. And I know. Anyway, so my name is Daryl Drake. For those of you that I have not had the opportunity to meet, I've been in this industry for I won't tell you that, but I've been in since 2008. And this company was actually my very, very first introduction to the industry. And honestly, I don't have a super fancy story like Mr. Self. I didn't, come in with the hopes to make hundreds of thousands or even millions. I grew up in San Bernardino, California. And for me to make enough money to take my girlfriend to Applebee's, keep my car out of repossession status, and keep minutes on my chirp phone was just enough for me. And fast forward, I've been able to impact lives all around the world. And so 90 days ago, I said, you know what? With all that being said, I said, I think I'm gonna retire from the industry. Just go ahead, take my jersey, hang it up. I'll retire as however people see me, and I'm done with it. Not because the industry doesn't work, but because I just got tired of being in the industry. And a buddy of mine called me and says, hey, listen, I think God is not done with you yet. And I understand what you need. You should listen to something. And it's so funny because he had said it, but just maybe a week prior to that, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know, right? I was talking to, one of my very, very good friends, Twyla Portis, and she's like, hey, I think you should take a look at something. So you have two people telling me I need to take a look at something. I said, all right, fine, I'll take a look because you guys are my friends. I'll look at it. And I was blown away. So my first 6 days in the business did $20,000 in commissions. Really just me and a few of my friends flew out to corporate to just kind of see what everything was about. And I'm so glad that I did. I'm on vacation right now, at workcation right now. And honestly, I didn't protect any. Oh, yes, I did. I signed up two families, but I didn't intentionally enroll anyone into the company today. And I woke up to about $3,000, or I'm at about $3,000 in commissions. And my next payout, we can get paid daily, we get paid weekly. My next payout is basically $33,000. I mean, I'll just show you guys here because I know sometimes it's hard to get the picture unless the flash is on. So anyways, 30,000, for a couple of days of work. But the cool thing about that, ladies and gentlemen, is that I've been able to do this with people that I believe have not been able to have major success in the past. They're coming over here and they're winning. Hey coach, I'm at $3,000. Hey coach, I'm at $300. I'm at $100 for the day. I protected a family. And for me, that's super exciting. And so I love the part about the comp plan. I'm gonna get out the way. I love the part about the comp plan, Mr. Self. As you start talking about the rollover and bed money, that's what I call it, where we understand that we can make some good money when we go and do the work, right? Time for money, time for money. And I'm okay with that. But eventually, I want to get some passive income, sir. And so I love the fact that I was able to earn over $3,000 today because other people are out there building their business. And there's no better story this week than the lady I want you all to hear from. I introduced a young lady by the name of Michaela Thompson. She came in the business. She introduced it to one of her friends, Brielle. Brielle and I, she's like, you know what? I've been sleeping on this. I'm gonna take it seriously. I look up and she enrolled 10 people in like 48 hours. I won't take her story from her, but get this. Brielle's excited. Follow me. Brielle's excited because she protected 10 families, right? She gave access to the justice system to 10 families. But Mickey's excited because she just made close to $3,000 in overrides because she's the one who introduced Brielle to the business. So Brielle made 800, which is probably more than she's ever made in one of these things, right? Mickey's excited. She just made 3,000. She's like, where the heck did this come from? Because she's executive director. Shout out to her. She's one of our newest executive directors. Same thing with Twyla Portis, a couple of them, but we'll save that for a later call. And so what I want to do at this time is, do we have Brielle on the back line, sir?
I'm looking for her now, but I don't see it unless Ms. Portis can see her name. She may be under something else. Brielle, can you raise your hand?
Like in class, just raise it. The class wants to hear from you. No, it's so exciting, Mr. Self, as we look for her. It's just so exciting to be a part of a company. In my entire career, I've done some amazing things. I've been able to be a part of some amazing movements. But I will tell you this is the fastest that I've seen regular everyday people be able to come and earn money as fast as they've been able to do it. There she is, Brielle. What's up? How you feeling?
Let me get you unmuted. Try to unmute.
Hey, okay, so let me tell you how bad I am at this. I'm not even like Zoom certified. So he's like, raise your hand, and I went like this. Okay, so I want all of you guys to know that when they say I'm new to this, right? I'm still raising my hand in real life. Guys, so Daryl and Mickey introduced me to a lot of things, right? Let's just tell the truth. They've told me about different companies. They've said, hey, Brielle, try this. And because they're my friends, I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. I'll buy your thing. Go, friend, go. Right. But I've never really been excited about anything. I have lotions and potions and things, right, in my house that they've given me or I bought from them, and I fully supported them. But this time was a little different. Okay, so I get in the business 3 weeks ago and I don't think anything of it. I go through the whole process and I forgot about it. And then a friend of mine gets on my phone and she's like, somebody's stealing my ebook. And I was like, wait, I, I think I can help you with that. I have this thing that you can download and you can get a lawyer. And when you talk to the lawyer, they'll tell you what to do about your stolen ebook. So she downloads it, it works. I do it. And I'm on the phone with Mickey again. She's my friend. So we're talking the next day and I get this bing and it's money. It's money in my account. And I was like, wait, Mickey, your company just paid me money. And she's like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. And I was just like, wait, this is wild. You mean this works? And she's like, yes. Guys, I want you to put in the chat, put the word what if. If you're paying attention, write in the chat what if, because the truth is, I said, okay, if I could sign up one person and get $80, what if, Mickey, I sign up 3 or 4 more? And she's like, you'll get more money. I was like, okay, wait, this is cool. So then I thought of all the different ways that people could use this. I have a friend who's an Uber driver. I was like, hey, there's this plan here and they protect Uber drivers. They're like, wait, I'm in. I need that protection. I have a friend who has another course who people weren't paying and she needed collections. She's like, wait, I'm in. And one by one, I started looking at the people around me and I said, every single one of us needs a lawyer. I have a friend whose kid was getting bullied at school and their kid was consistently getting bullied and she was always in the principal's office and they were not fixing the problem. So what if I gave her the plan? She said, hey, I'm going to take this plan. I'm going to send a note from the lawyer to the principal's office. And now her kid is a little more important in that school. So all of this happened within a span of 4 days, guys. I brought in, like Daryl said, over 10 people. I hit manager. Guys, I went to my fast start. My what if was, what if Daryl's not lying to me and I actually get paid $400 for sitting in a 3-hour class? And so I called my friend Jarrell. I called my friend Chris. I was like, guys, if you go sit in a class, they're going to pay you $400. And the what ifs came true. This is real money. This is really happening. So, guys, sometimes you just need belief. For me, I think $80 wasn't necessarily a stretch, but what I can tell you is that a couple $1,000s for minimal work is life-changing. And if I can do it and I can barely use a Zoom, I know that all of you guys can do it too. So I'm happy to be here. I can't wait to see you guys get started. And I'm really excited to be a part of the team. So thanks, Daryl, for giving me something that ultimately I believe will change my life and change the lives of those on my team.
Now, that was exciting. Wow. This is what we got, guys. And this is really just the beginning of this momentum. So what you're going to need to do, if you're still watching here, if you're still on this live, go ahead. You should see a button right below this video. Okay, go ahead and you'll see the information of the person who invited you. You'll see their information right below. So if you got a question or whatever, get back with them as well. But you'll also see some information on how you can actually get started right now. So that's all I got. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this information. It is truly helping a lot of people do something extraordinary. And we invite you to be a part of the party, if you will, because the team that we're part of with Team New Vision, and then our own personal team, Self-Made Empire. I'm telling you guys, you'll have everything that you'll need to win big. And we're definitely changing lives every single day. Definitely, even if you don't see an opportunity for yourself, that's great. Get the membership. That's fine. Everything isn't for everybody, but definitely get the membership. Protect yourself, protect your family for sure. And you can definitely get some extreme value from that membership. And remember, it's all in your app. It's all in your mobile phone. So it's actually really cool how they've got it all set up. So we'll end it here, guys. That's my time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hopping on this live. And hey, we'll be doing this again, same time, same channel, tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we definitely encourage to be able to for you to actually plug in so you can see exactly what's going on. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching. And again, you'll see when the next one is, so on and so forth. So you can get started tonight and you can actually plug people in and they can get on the next live broadcast that we have as well. So again, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys over the top. And we'll look forward to seeing you inside the system. Peace out.